Hello, denizens of the internet. Well, today's a very sad day. The lease is up on my Hyundai, and I've got to take it back to the dealership. Well, today is a very, very sad day. Today, I have to take my Hyundai Accent back to the dealership because the 3-year lease is up. And to tell you the truth, it's been a wonderful car. I have really enjoyed driving it for the last 3 years, mostly because it wasn't just reliable, it gave me the sense of reliability. This Hyundai has just been absolutely brilliant, a real joy to drive. It's a special car for me because about 3 years ago I bought out my business partners in my web business, and the business was very much in debt. So I needed a car, but I needed to get a car that was very inexpensive. So I leased the very cheapest car that I could, and I just expected a cheap experience. And to tell you the truth, it has been absolutely fantastic, worry-free motoring for 3 years. I remember back to the times when I used to drive, American cars. I had a 1965 Chevy Impala SS, which was pretty good, but I kind of had to gap the spark plugs almost every month just to keep it kind of in tune. And it would once or twice a year break down on the highway, and you kind of expected that. And then I bought Chevy Vega, which if you look up the history of that, it had an aluminum engine that would seize because, well, it was an aluminum engine and it was quite advanced, but they didn't quite get the temperature and the seals and thingamahoochits right, and it also broke down at the side of the road. The American car manufacturers got us kind of used to the fact that at some point their cars are going to break down, and we just took that for granted. One time when I was living downtown Toronto and I didn't really need any car at all, I was shooting a television show. We had to travel quite a long distance for 3 months, a solid 3-month shoot, so I decided I was going to rent a car for 3 months, and it was a Ford Topaz. And after the first day, it was such a piece of it was such a terrible car. The seating was soft, the handling was terrible, the suspension was horrible, and it was a brand new car, and it was pokey that I just took it right back, and I talked with my wife and I said, hey, look, for the amount of money that I'm spending to rent this car for 3 months, why not buy a car? We fell in love with this car called the Toyota Corolla GTS Twin Cam, and it had a very advanced engine, absolutely fantastic reliability for the 10 years that we had that car. Now, that being said, I do have some history with Hyundai, actually through my dad. Bought the very first Hyundai Pony. The car had a choke. Now, do you know what a choke is? It's a little pulley thingy on the dashboard that would enrich the gas that would go into the carburetor and wait for the car to heat up, and after it finished heat up, you could push that choke back in. Now, if you wanted to get extra acceleration while you're driving the thing along, you would pull the choke out, it would just shove a bunch of gas into the car, and then we would be screaming. Well, not really screaming, but the engine would be screaming, and it would make it feel like we were going fast as it was shaking along. But the thing is, the thing that I remember about it that leaves me with such a good feeling was they extended the warranty, and it was clear that Hyundai wanted to make a good impression when they arrived in North America. And whenever my dad took that car in, they fixed it for free for the entire life of the car. So I remember that, and I respect that. And those are the kinds of things that you do in business to gain more business. So they got my dad's loyalty, and it's one of the reasons why I bought this. But I really didn't expect such an inexpensive car to be such a premium experience. This was my savior, and it took me to the jobs that I had to sell, and the car took me there. So, and we're now profitable, and we're doing really, really well. So I will miss it. I have to take it back to the dealership. It's about a 2-hour drive away. I will talk to you later, maybe at the dealership. Okay, now to go home without a car. Yes. Honey? Yeah, can you pick me up? Right. Thanks.